So Wayne Rooney was getting booed for England by a apparently small minority. I keep saying apparently because I didn't watch it. Small minority. I did, I tell a lie. I watched the last 10 minutes. Still wasn't asked.
That was the same the whole way through. That last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan Henderson got 2 assists and Daniel Sturridge scored. That was enough. That was enough for me. I then watched extra slice of the Great British Bake Off, which was pretty good. Solid content. Anyway, Wayne Rooney was
back to
booed.
football.
Yeah.
The interim boss, Gareth Southgate, said, "I don't understand the booing, but that seems to be the landscape. I've no idea how that is expected to help him, for sure. It's fascinating to get an insight into his world over the last 10 days. Every debate seems to focus on him. The onus on him is enormous. The criticism of him, and this is telling, is at times unfair, yet he ploughs on and plays with pride and represents his country with pride." Rooney apparently told friends that he's shocked and disappointed at the reaction. Sam, are England fans justified in booing Wayne Rooney?
I don't agree with booing your own player at any point.
Yeah.
I think you can dislike him and slag him off at the pub, but don't boo him when he's on the pitch. That's just a personal opinion.
Yeah.
But, freedom of speech, all that shit, I suppose they can if they want to.
Sure.
They have every right mentally to boo him because he's been shit. Just think about it. Just put it in your head.
I can just imagine it will come out your ears or something like.
Someone's about to. No. You remember what we talked about?
One day someone will develop telekinesis in Wayne Rooney's head.
I really need to start thinking about things before I say it.
I get it. No, that makes sense. I completely understand it makes sense. Sorry. That's
anyway, back to the point at hand. Rooney has been. It's not. Somebody watched the Malta game and was pissed off at how Rooney played against Malta. Rooney has been on the downward turn for the best part of 4 years now for Man United, and for England he peaked at Euro 2004. So we're talking over a decade ago. I think we saw the best of Rooney international level. I thought he was actually one of our better players at Euro 2016, which is not really saying much for England. But if we're talking about this new generation of England moving forward, Rooney's not part of it. And I always hark back to when Gary Neville played against West Brom in his last game. He did a really fucking awful tackle on Graham Dorrans. Should have given the penalty away. Should have been sent off. And at half time, he sat in the toilets. He's like, I know I'm over the hill now. I'm on a downward turn. Yeah. But I don't think Rooney has ever looked in the mirror and said, I'm not the player I was 8 years ago. He still thinks he is. Because, he was always his best when he was this like street footballer. He's this little kid who just ran around, always on the verge of a red card. But he's not that player anymore. He's lost those yards. He's not got the intricate passing needed to be a central midfielder. He's not a better striker than Rashford, so he can't start up front. He can add to a team. He's a bit like Fellaini in that respect, in that if you use him in the right time, at the right way, you can get something out of Rooney now. But I don't think he should be starting every...
a bit like Fellaini.
Yes, in how he needs to be used.
He
can't be starting every fucking game.
Much better footballer.
That's it. Yeah, of course he's a better footballer than
Are you
Fellaini,
talking about United or England here?
No, that's the
parallels.
parallels.
There might be a bit some seepage.
No, but the parallels are completely similar between United and England.
Is there a thing? Because we've just done a chat on Dele Alli and how players get built up to be smashed down. Look, Wayne Rooney should be credited for his longevity, to be fair, because his falls from grace happened very early on, I guess, and he's kind of managed to maintain largely throughout his career. But by the same token, Flav, should we? Oh, I say we because I kind of don't mean we, but England fans. Is there this temptation to be like, right, that's not worked. Older players, fuck the older players off, because fuck it, let's just get a new young generation in who we can fucking ruin over a period of time while we're not
30,
successful.
Isn't he?
Exactly.
Just to make that clear.
I was sat here a week ago or 2 weeks ago saying that I agree. I don't think he fits as a lone centre forward. I don't know where he would fit in the team per se, but I do also think, and it's not my job to solve these problems, that there is a temptation to set fire to everything and try to start again every couple of years when things aren't working.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Man United fans have been disrespectful to Wayne Rooney for a long time.
Why, Flav?
Why? Well, hang on. How many goals has he scored for you? 289. He's got more goals than
530 games,
Jack
I think
Charlton.
240. Yeah, 240.
200 games less than the legend Jack Charlton. Hang on, George.
Jack Charlton or Bobby Charlton?
Bobby Charlton, sorry. George Best.
Good. That was so YouTube comments. It's untrue. I think it actually mean Bobby Charlton. Just ignore the rest of the point. You spelled something wrong, so fuck you.
I don't get many things right. I need to get it in
You're
there.
irritating me, so I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to be pernickety.
It's you are. Go on.
Yeah. Where was I going?
He's really good.
Yeah,
He's really
George
good,
Best was 171 goals in 400 games. Both Rooney smashed his record. I just think there just needs to be a little bit more gratitude for someone who's given their entire career for your football club, has captained it, has played through bad performances and has carried the team at times. And it's so easy just to say, well, you're not good enough, we're not interested. When he was going to go, when he somehow engineered a new contract that was worth a lot more money, people were screaming loyalty. Be loyal to Man United. Now that he's shit, you don't give a fuck about loyalty. Where's your loyalty to someone who's done amazing things for your football
someone who's
club?
tried to get out of the fucking club twice.
Yeah,
what's your Twitter handle for Fighting Cock?
Love the shirt.
Do you think Rooney loves the United shirt?
Besides the point.
But have you seen it? It's weird. It's like it's a split colour thing.
You're taking it easy, literally.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. Sound.
It just means the club.
But I'm not saying
No. Okay. Yeah.
I'll talk about it.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not.
I think you're right
no
there.
loyalty.
I just think
you have dropped him. Like, to be fair to Sam has as long as I've known him, consistently said he's not been the same for 3 or 4 years. So that's fair enough. I think when we were talking about narrative and things like that, I think he has imagine you said to Wayne Rooney, 17, you go, you're going to be the most capped outfield player, you're going to score more goals than any other England player, you're going to score more goals than any Man United player, which you'll probably go past.
Yeah,
you're going to do all these things, you can play for Man, you're going to win loads of things. What do you think the England fans will be like when you get your 117th cap? He's not going to say. You would expect just a little bit more respect as a player.
Is he suffering from Paul McCartney syndrome here? But but if he was just by being the Beatle that lived, you know what I mean? Like if he just fucking retired at 27, like everyone would have been like, what a fucking player.
Ringo's watching this.
Exactly. Whereas he has to suffer the ignominy. I was practicing this word the other day. Ignominy. Yeah, ignominy of just continuing to exist. To be in a diminishing power within.
I think so, but I also think it's not his fault. He's been told to play. What do you want him to go walk into Mourinho and go, I'm not good enough to be in this side. Can you stop picking me? Or,
Yes, absolutely.
What? It's not his role. It's Mourinho's fault. Why aren't you fuming at Mourinho because he's the new poster boy that's going to bring you back all the glory that you've been so used to for years?
You can't switch on. You can't switch on and off.
It's not Wayne Rooney's fault, Sam.
Everything is.
If Mourinho plays him, it's Mourinho's fault.
Oh,
if
I
Southgate
agree with
plays
that.
him, boo
Southgate. What are you putting at me?
Boo
Mentally boo, please.
I like the odd pint of water on an evening.
Mentally boo you. Yeah.
I think Mourinho needs to take a lot of the blame for the heat that's on Rooney, because he could have come in that first press conference and they've gone, is he a midfielder or not? And that was the big talking point that everyone was saying. And at the back end of last season, he played a lot of games in midfield and he played brilliantly. And Mourinho just could have gone, Wayne Rooney is a superb player who's got a lot of years left. I could use him in midfield. I could use him up front.
Mourinho said he's going to be a number 9 or a number 10 for
That's
Man
my
United
point. He shouldn't have put him into that box, because I actually do think he is a centre midfielder. He needs to improve as a centre midfielder. His short passing.
He is not a central midfielder. You can tell me everything you want about Wayne Rooney. Because he's not a central midfielder.
Because he has got the desire. He has got. I know.
He's got desire. He's got pride. He's got passion. He's perfect for England. That's exactly where that conversation.
That's not.
And he's playing out of position. Perfect England player.
But people are looking for him to fail with it. His short passing needs to be a lot better. I agree, and I also agree that I think he should be dropped for England, because I think England needs to move forward and play a different way, and you can't. He does slow it down. I watched the first half, went on Twitter, and then I thought it was a live stream of England. It was just a gif of Rooney pinging it to the right back. I was watching it for 10 minutes. So he is frustrating. He does slow it down a little bit, but just because he's moved from there to there doesn't mean automatically he's going to be this amazing centre midfielder. It takes a little bit of time to get better.
He's not fucking Lothar Matthäus, is he? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you can move positions, or should you be moving at international level at that level? Are there not players who are just better fits, natural, players who naturally play in those positions? Just quickly to get back to it, because I realise we're going off on the big Rooney thing. We probably do this every fucking week, don't we? But to boo him is a disgrace. Yeah. I just think that's pointless. If I was him, and I've said this, and I remember when, and it's for different reasons, but I remember Ashley Cole getting booed, and there's elements of racism and there's elements of just stupidity in football fans in that. But anyone booed me playing for England, and the shirt would come off, and I'd fucking walk off because what I mean? There's an idiot minority of fans who support England. I'll stick with that. Who just don't get it, and they read whatever rag newspapers they read, and they go in with these preformed opinions and how they feel, how they should act at football matches. Booing Wayne Rooney is an absolute fucking joke. If he's not good enough, he's not good enough. It's not his fault. It's not Wayne Rooney's fault. And I think it's bullshit. He doesn't go into the fucking manager and say, I'm not fucking good enough to play. He will think he's good enough to play because footballers have that mentality.
He's got a lot of stats to back that up as well. You can understand why he still feels that way.
For the record, Sam, right? He shouldn't be starting for United, and he probably shouldn't be starting for England.
The problem is, and it comes down to it,
I think people should have a bit more respect for him.
It's the captaincy trap for England. That's the problem. When you're forced, and it goes back to the Dele Alli thing that we said earlier, when you're forced to it's having shirt numbers for England, because they've got to have squad numbers for England so they can sell those shirts. It's all this bullshit is that those guys have got to play because they sell the biggest shirt. This guy's the captain. He's the England captain. So you've got to play your fucking captain. It's ridiculous. You just pick a guy who knows understands the system and G's people up on the pitch. Send the guy who wants it most on that day. Give him the captain's armband and say, exactly, whatever.
I can understand having a leader.
But because Wayne Rooney's the captain, it's having one hand tied behind your back, because you've got to fit him into.
It's a bit of a millstone.
I think it's not helpful, is it, if you do want to drop him? But Southgate's done it now. So.
All right, look, the real question, what you're talking about, I'm saying Rooney is not a central midfielder. You're saying he's not good as a lone striker. How do you use Wayne Rooney now? If you're saying that he deserves more respect and he's still got a place...
What's wrong with that?
Just drop him.
What's fine? Exactly. It looks like they're going to do it this week, isn't it? But there's nothing wrong with having Wayne Rooney within the squad. But again, it all boils down to this thing. All anyone's going to be doing is watching Wayne Rooney on the bench. I hope that the manager, and this is the problem with England's managerial situation, has got the bottle to just keep him there. Keep him there for the next 4 or 5 games, because there might come a situation, and it won't in qualifying because the qualifying group's a pile of shite, but there might come a situation where you might need someone of Wayne Rooney's experience and eye for goal or whatever to come into a match with his experience when the pressure's on with 10 minutes to go, and you need a guy who doesn't absolutely bottle it in the pressure situations. And there's Wayne Rooney, steps on the pitch, goes, and all of a sudden slowing it down's not a bad thing. He comes on, everyone galvanises around him.
That's now happened at United, because Mourinho's left him on the bench for the last 3 games. It's the first time since Fergie that Rooney's been fit and left on the bench for more than 1 game. So that transition's now happened at club level. And if that's replicated at the country, like Sod knows who's going to be manager, but that's the right thing to do. I'm not saying fuck Wayne Rooney off, burn him. I'm not saying... I'm definitely not saying burn him.
made that clear.
Right? Sound people does not want Wayne Rooney.
I'm just saying that Rooney... I still want...
Hang on, let him get there.
Burn him! Burn him!
To be fair,
I
they don't
still
have
want
to send
Rooney
him
in
off in
Man
a little
United
bit of
squad.
sunshine.
Right, I still want Rooney in Man United squad. I still want Rooney in England squad. But he's a squad player now. And he's not that indispensable...
I think that's
mantra
the problem.
is gone.
We had it with Gerrard. When there's so much pressure and these players are deified, it's impossible for you to go out gracefully. Man United actually did it brilliantly with Giggs. So the good thing is Giggs was never Man United's best player, really. Maybe a couple of seasons in the 90s, but he was never.
He accepted it.
It wasn't David. It wasn't like held up like David Beckham or held up like Cantona or held up like Robson or whatever. But he was able to just play his role. You know what I mean? There wasn't like, oh my God, Ryan Giggs is on the bench this week, like there is with Rooney, like there was with Gerrard. But whoever's in charge needs to, like you say, like Mourinho's doing, needs to ride that storm out with Wayne Rooney.
That's why I think it's partly Rooney's fault, because I don't think he is mentally going to be willing to accept that role, and he's making it harder for himself.
I'd look forward to him probably having a really difficult season this year, not playing much. I'd love to see him go back to Everton or go somewhere else
Sold out.
and smash it. And smash it as a midfielder. I honestly believe he could be a very good midfielder if he's given the chance. I really do.
I'd be interested to know people's thoughts on that. Where do you think Wayne Rooney's future lies? Like you say, 30, 31, whatever he's still got years at a good standard left within him. Where does he maximise that is a big question. I think it's, you're right. I actually think that Wayne Rooney is one of them that he would retire from international football if he found himself sat on the bench. I know, like, Gerrard was really about it. Carragher basically left the season early because he didn't want to be a 15-game-a-season player, which is, I still think, it's a bit stupid. Like, I mean, I think there's a lot of pride that is involved in that. Yeah. But yeah, thoughts on the Wayne Rooney situation and the actual question itself. Fans' right to boo him. Do you boo? Do you boo internally or externally?
It's a thing, all right? It's a thing.
It's definitely a thing. If you want more incredible insight and opinions like that, go and check United People's TV out, of course, for more Sam brilliance.